Good morning, everybody. You must know it's getting closer to the winter season because now I'm cutting videos here. But the situation this week, we're going to deal with a lot of rain from mainly Wednesday through the weekend, and it's a very impressive setup. So I had to cut a video because there's just too much to talk about, and quite frankly, I don't have the time to write paragraphs right now. So let's talk about what we have right now. So right now, if you look at the surface map here, the GFS model, you'll notice we have two low pressure centers, one in the Gulf, and I talked a little bit about that last week, and we have a tropical depression off the coast of Florida. Now, normally, in a normal, say, atmospheric flow, usually these things develop and they can just shoot right out to sea, but we're in a very, I wouldn't say unusual, but interesting weather pattern right now where everything is blocked. So if I show you the upper level atmosphere, and just think of red as blocking, okay, here's our one disturbance here, here's another disturbance there. By the time we get to later in the week, notice how everything that's forming that I just showed you is getting clogged up on the eastern seaboard because it cannot go north and it cannot go east because this high pressure to the north is blocking it. So you can see this is going through the weekend. We're going to have a lot of unsettled weather and we're going to have a lot of energy to deal with, and it's just going to be a big headache in terms of a lot of rainfall. When it's all said and done by Sunday, we could be talking 2, 3, maybe even 4 inches of rain for a lot of areas along the East Coast. So let's take a look at the projections here so you guys see what I'm talking about, and we'll get right into it because I don't want to cut a really long video here. So most models are all showing similar things as a GFS, so it stays pretty dry up until Wednesday. And what we have here is we have a cold front that's approaching right here, obviously from the northwest, and it's going to interact with all the energy here. So that's going to cause a boundary to develop right here. It's going to give us our initial shot of rain, and then that boundary, more low pressure, is going to develop. So if I move on here into the period, you can see here comes the rain. Now this is on Wednesday, so Wednesday is a washout, guys. Most models are all showing it. Heavy rain on Wednesday. Here comes the front. Here's our tropical depression trying to interact with that front. Okay, so this comes through on Wednesday. It might clear through Thursday, but as we get closer to the weekend, you can see more moisture now rides along that front. There's that tropical depression, and we really have to keep an eye on this. I mean, if I show you what they're showing here in the terms of the model guidance, so you can see all these different options over the next 5 days for this tropical depression. And if it takes one of those paths that is more into the East Coast, we're gonna deal with a very big rain situation here. So that's why we're seeing some of the higher rainfall amounts, but. This was Thursday into Friday, and now look at this. Now we're going into Saturday and Sunday, and we have another plume of moisture coming through. And again, that is a lot of that tropical energy coming in into Sunday, and this whole thing doesn't clear out until Monday. Unbelievable, guys, to see the amount of moisture that we're going to be dealing with due to that upper level pattern that's blocking everything off. If this was the winter, and we had a blocking high, and we had all this moisture underneath, I'd be jumping up and down and enjoy for snow. But it's not. But it's interesting to look at. And if you can see, here's the total accumulated precipitation amounts. This is on the GFS model, guys. So we have here, this is 2, 3, 4 inches of rain. Even if I go to the ensembles, which is, it takes the model and tries to test it for error, we're looking at 3 inches of rain. No matter what you look at right now, we are showing a tremendous amount of rainfall on all these models for Wednesday, then again on Thursday night into Friday, then again on the weekend, all due to, again, going back to it, guys, I want to end with this, the upper level pattern that we're going to be seeing. And on that note, I've been talking about a pattern change to fall weather. Again, you can see here comes the storm system for the weekend, so you can really see things getting clogged up. And then as we head into, say, next week, middle to end of next week, exactly what you want to see. We have a trough developing south of the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. We have a ridge getting pumped up in the west, and we're going to have a lot colder air coming into the United States middle of next week. And you can see, I look at the anomalies in temperatures here, you can see that cold air trying to show itself down here, especially as we get into the later period. So a lot going on, guys. There'll be a lot of updates this week. Rain is the word, so think rain. And I'll shoot, like I said, I'll shoot a few updates as this develops. But we really have to keep an eye on this tropical system and how it interacts with the other moisture coming out of the Gulf. This is a very interesting situation. Stay tuned.